Hi there, sorry for being gone for 120 days, holy shit. Just a quick disclaimer, there will not be another video 2 weeks after this, but there will be a batch of videos soon-ish. I am working on them, but I just want to get this video out of the way quickly because 1, I want to make something so people know I'm not dead. 2, I have a lot to say about Multiversus. And 3, and most importantly, Multiversus is getting updates faster than anything else I've covered. And I really don't want to make a video, shelf it till the rest of my videos are done like I normally do, and then when it comes out it's immediately outdated. So yeah, wish me luck, but also please enjoy the video. So what is the point of doing a video on Multiversus? That's the question I got posed a fair bit by the people I've talked to about doing a video on Multiversus. Well, first is because I want to say something about Multiversus, and that's been the only real reason for any of the content on this channel before. But also a secondary reason is I like to create a sort of time capsule of where the game is at right now, this point being the launch of Season 1, which for all intents and purposes should kind of be viewed as the big release, although that is slightly muddled by the fact the game is still openly in beta. Regardless, this video exists so that maybe a year or so in the future I can look back on this and compare it to the current state of the game, whatever state that might be, and also so I can lay out some things I like to see, not just characters, I mean like systems and gameplay wise. Now, after Season 1's release I've been put in a bit of a bind. Although a lot of content is announced, it isn't out yet. The majority of footage you're seeing was got up before Morty's release, and there's still a lot up in the air about Multiversus. The shop system hasn't been revealed, the announced arcade mode is yet to release, and 3 characters that we know nothing about are still yet to have anything really said about them apart from who they are. So that aside, which will probably date the video almost immediately, with the goal of creating a time capsule in mind, let's start talking about Multiversus with the current state of the game itself. Multiversus is a platform fighting game in the same vein as Smash Bros. Or Rivals of Aether. The game currently boasts 18 characters, 7 stages, and 4 unique game modes. The game's characters rotate between being free for a limited amount of time or costing an amount of coins that ranges from 1,000 to 3,000, or they can be paid for in the game's premium currency called Gleamium. I think this is a really good way of handling this system. It lets players experiment with the cast as they wish, although I think as a quality of life feature you should be able to purchase a character that is currently in the free rotation, so that way you'd have to worry about how many coins a character might cost, although to be fair that is mostly a nitpick. My biggest issue with the game, and something everyone I know who plays it can relate to, is server issues. This game is laggy as hell, from teleporting players to syncing issues, to having inputs eaten and weird hit priority, and this is by far the biggest thing that the team needs to be working on, especially given how much the game is being pivoted as an esport, and I know this is a server issue and not a gameplay issue. Multiversus is one of the most finely tuned platform fighters I've played, right up there with its contemporaries. Its balance from a competitive standpoint is pretty good, and when doing local play the game is buttery smooth. I love Multiversus, seriously. This video is teetering more on the negative side than I'd like, but seriously, it is a good game. But when playing online the mode that as far as I can tell has no skill-based matchmaking, Multiversus is currently really struggling to appeal to a more casual audience. Now, this might already be a dated opinion if the arcade mode is out by the time this video comes out, but something along the lines of Smash's classic mode or adventure mode, or hell even Rivals' abyss mode would go a long way in giving the game more staying power than what it currently has. The only real options right now are fight a bot in 1v1, 2v2 or freefall, or fight players in 1v1, 2v2 or freefall. And I really feel like it should be much more of a focus than it currently is. It feels like Player First Game's focus right now is just adding more notable characters rather than actually adding more to the game itself. The other big thing I'm currently worried about is the game's monetization. Currently the game has 2 currencies, coins earned through the battle pass and in small increments each game you play, and the game's premium currency, Gleamium, which can only be gotten with real money. Gleamium can be used to buy cosmetics and the game's premium battle pass, and coins could be used to buy characters and perks for those characters. I like the use of coins in Gleamium well enough. Coins can be used for everything that's gameplay, Gleamium is cosmetics, and also anything gameplay just at a premium. But I think the rate coins are earned is too slow. I think it's around 5 to 15 coins a match depending on your performance, although that might be a bit wrong. Regardless, it's close to that, and considering that characters on the low end cost 1,000 coins, it's quite the grind. And while yes there is Toast, I don't think it's a full solution. Toast is an item you can give to players and any player given it gains 25 coins. But I quite rarely get given Toast back when I give it, although that might just be my own bad luck. I think 2 solutions to this that wouldn't damage the game much would be to double the amount of coins you earn or add a way to obtain Gleamium, even if it's at a snail's pace. I think doing both would be overkill and could actually damage the game's monetization, but doing just one of these could only do good in my opinion. Adding a way to obtain Gleamium, even if it would be a huge grind, gives players a way to earn cosmetics for free, which would then make having cosmetics something pretty cool from a community perspective, rather than just showing how much money you were willing to spend on the game. On top of that, there's also a shop that's currently labelled as coming soon. Now, if the shop is just an extension of the game's current monetization, only being used to sell cosmetics, then I'd be fine. But I am slightly worried about the potential of stages or possible game modes being put behind either cash paywalls or Gleamium paywalls, but fingers crossed it never gets to that point. Anyway, we've got a pretty good negative positive streak going on, so next up let's talk about perks. I personally really like them. I think, like the spirits from Smash Ultimate, they add an element of counterplay to the characters themselves outside of the immediate matches. But with all of the existing 2v2 implementations of the perks, like each perk having a bonus if both players equip it, it's gone from a niche but unbalanced mechanic in Smash Ultimate to something incredibly fun to play around with, especially with how well this game plays in 2v2. Don't get me wrong, Multiversus is a really fun 1v1 game, but getting 3 friends of similar skill level together and playing as well as you can is an absolute blast. The game, when it isn't laggy, is as fine-tuned as any platform fighter can be, but the additional mechanics like hit decay, a mechanic that punishes spamming, each character having an in-depth described move list, and the sheer variety of characters from all sorts of eras, from the adult shows to the classics to the more recent stuff. All of this adds up to make Multiversus a game designed not to be frustrating, but fun for as many people as possible. And honestly, if they get that lag sorted out, add a ranked mode to better separate casual and competitive, make some more diverse progression challenges, polish that monetization a bit, this will go to my go-to AAA platform fighter, with friends or without, no questions asked. Progression is satisfying if a little bit too much of a grind, characters all around are fun and varied if lacking a little bit of balance every now and then, and I implore anyone who's interested or intrigued to play Multiversus and make your own opinions. It's free and pretty low spec, so I'm sure you can play it. Oh, and also add Ben 10, Generator X, Mordecai and Rigby, Samurai Jack, and Wirt and Gregory. Thank you, bye. Alright, so long-winded outro time. Like I said, there will be more videos soon. I have the first of the next set of videos almost done. It will be a video on BPM, if that interests anyone. And some of this video has aged horribly, even though it's only been out for a few weeks. But like I said, Multiversus as a game is going through updates and patches and new characters being announced and revealed really quick and often. So even though this was a really fast turnaround by my standards, I had to cut a few corners. Like, I'm sick right now as I'm recording. It's not like sick, like I've just got a cold. And I never record when I've got a cold because it makes mouth clicks appear so much more on the mic. You might have noticed that in the second half of this video, mouth clicks are a lot more prevalent because I just can't record without them because that's like cold. You get more saliva in your mouth. So yeah, that's one of the corners I've had to cut. But I really hope that me cutting that corner means that this video isn't outdated immediately when it comes out. But fingers crossed there. Anyway, the main reason I made this is to hopefully make another Multiversus video when it comes out of beta officially. I'd like to do like a series of retrospectives pinpointing where Multiversus is in time. I don't know, even if the game dies, I would like to talk about it more because I think it's really interesting as the only Smash game that could, the only platform fighter that could really ever hold a candle to Smash Brothers would be this. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they drop the ball or not. Anyway, I'm gonna end this outro there. Thank you so much for watching. I will be working on my next video literally the second this comes out. As you're watching this, I'm either asleep or I'm working on the next thing, or I'm doing college work because I'm in college soon. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a lovely day.